Hey, how you guys doing? So we're going to go over the rankings for the second season of Nijigaku. We're going to go over the rankings for the 13th episode, as well as the second season in general, and the anime in general. But first and foremost, let's go and hit the last episode's rankings. So, in 13th place, we have 12th goes to Karen, 11th goes to Emma, 10th goes to Kasumi, 9th goes to Ranju, 8th goes to Kanata, 7th place goes to Mia, 6th goes to Shizuku, 5th goes to Yu, 4th goes to Shiriko, 3rd goes to Ayumu, 2nd goes to Setsuna, and Rina gets 1st place overall. So, interesting. Of course, this was the last episode, and it wasn't really focused too much on particularly just a certain girl, and it's way past some units episodes. No rebirth episode, surprisingly enough, but that's just how it went. I'm not going to go crazy in detail in this one because I want to go over the overall rankings, but let's look at some highlights. Most first place votes and second place votes goes to Yu, but surprisingly, she only got 4th place overall, as of course because she got a lot more votes in the back. So some people want to give her some appreciation, but overall, it was enough to give her a 1st place overall. Rina gets 1st place. She's been popular for the most part, and she's still relatively popular, so she does well overall. Setsuna gets 2nd. That's great for her. She tends to do well. Shiriko 5th. A little worse than normal. And Nanju dropping only 9th. That's kind of pretty far back actually for her. Especially for this anime. She's been pretty solid overall. And some girls that traditionally struggle. Emma and Karen. They didn't do well. Not really surprised. But, third years in general didn't do well. Kanta actually fell back pretty hard here. So rip third years, honestly. But Ayumu does well. Good for her. But yeah, if you want to look more into this in detail, go ahead. You can pause it. But I'm going to go ahead and look and give you the overall rankings for the anime in general. So let's start with 13th place. That goes to Yu. 12th goes to Karen. 11th goes to Emma. 10th place goes to 9th place goes to Mia. 8th place goes to Shizuku, 7th place goes to Ayumu, 6th place goes to Kanata, 5th place goes to Kasumi, 4th place goes to Ranju, 3rd goes to Shiriko, 2nd goes to Setsuna, and 1st place goes to Rina. So, just in case if you're wondering how I handled it, we had Season 1 and Season 2. I scaled Season 1 to Season 2 because there's less girls to try to make the averages work out better. I don't think there's a perfect science to it. But just if you're curious, I scaled it in case if we tried to average those two numbers to get the anime average, it's not going to exactly be right. But yeah, so this is the overall look for this, and I would recommend you again pausing if you want to get a good look and analyze the heck out of it, because there is a lot to look at here. Again, I have the color coding all the way to the right if you're curious why I color coded things. This is just to get a good visual look to see how they did over each of the episodes. Just give you a good idea of how they did overall and what's kind of quick trends. So let's go ahead and discuss this. So 13th is Yu. As you can see, she gets a lot of dark reds and reds, so she usually does really, really poorly overall. And it's kind of hard to blame people, especially because we really didn't have an episode really focusing strictly on her. She had some moments, but she doesn't sing, so it's kind of natural for a lot of people to kind of default her to last place. And as you can see here, yeah, she didn't do so well. Her best average was like a 5.9 here. So honestly, it kind of makes sense that she did not do that well. As for the rest of the girls, Karen and Emma and Diver Diva plus Emma, those girls have just not been popular. And that is a trend that you can even see in Season 1 as well. These girls just don't do so well, and they definitely need a little bit more support. Karen was able to win one episode, but she also got last 3 times. Emma got last 3 times. I got last 3 times. These girls have really failed to capture people's attention and appreciation. And, I don't know what else to say beyond the fact that they just haven't done well. And those 2 girls, if there's any future content, these girls are the ones that really do need more support. Maybe that can come through other solo songs, or maybe they get an additional solo song versus the other girls, or whatever. But I do feel like these girls need to get more appreciation, and I understand there are some other causes for that. A lot of people think Emma can be kind of boring. And cut in, there was the All Stars controversy, but they weren't exactly the most crazy popular before that as well. So I don't think that fully explains that. Going past that, then we have the Rebirth girls kind of doing all right here. Mia's the one that has definitely failed to impress a lot of people. I know she speaks English, and figured with the English-speaking audience that might have been something that was really attractive to a lot of people, but people aren't like crazy impressed with her. So you can see she needs a little more support, and I'll definitely look forward to trying to see that. She hasn't fully grabbed my attention. It's great she speaks English, but that can't be her only gimmick to make me like her. And that's kind of how I feel. I like Shiriko. I just like her, and you can see, especially towards the second half of the anime, she started really doing pretty well. She got a fantastic average of 3.2 and then a bunch of second places, which really helped boost her up to getting an anime average of 3rd place, which is great to see for her. So I'm happy for her. And Nanju, she's definitely been mixed in the kind of in the middle for a lot of these episodes. She did win a few episodes here and there, and that kind of gave her an average of 4th, which is pretty good, especially considering a lot of people weren't exactly the most fond of what she did in the Also story. But here she got toned down, and a lot of people seem to really like her. Some other girls that we can look at: Ayumu's 7th place. As you can see, she hasn't really recovered from the Yandere moments. Past that, people kind of tanked Ayumu really hard in their rankings, and that's kind of what stayed the case. There's a few episodes where she's like, oh, that was kind of cute, and she kind of bumped up all the way to 3rd place, but that's still kind of not that great. Kanta was kind of hit or miss. She has won 4 episodes. That's literally the most out of all girls, but her average is 6th place, and you can see she also fell off pretty hard in a few episodes. I thought that was kind of an interesting trend to see. Kasumi was definitely really popular in season 1, but season 2 not so much. So see, she has fallen off a bit, and now she's averaging 5th place. And we have beyond that Setsuna and Shizuku. Shizuku, she hasn't been the most popular. A lot of people find her not the most interesting, and you can see that with her ranking being reflected as there. She had 1 poor episode and 2 good episodes, but those were the Asuna episodes. Setsuna, just a popular character. You see her doing traditionally pretty well, and she was never towards the back at any episode. So, kind of makes sense why she averaged 2nd. She's just been popular overall. As for the subunits, we officially have Quartz being the winner, as considered the best subunit after all these episodes. Interestingly enough, Reaper got 2nd without having a single song. There were some basic moments, and of course there were the girls, but I found that pretty interesting to see. And then 3rd goes to Azuna, and 4th goes to Diver Diva. I would say I was a little surprised that Diver Diva got 4th place overall, because a lot of people love talking about their songs and they rave about it. But it was kind of interesting because a lot of people also like to say Azuna's kind of like the worst. But this ranking shows them they're not the worst. And they won 4 episodes in a row. And I get 2 of the episodes were subunit episodes, but I found that kind of odd. I thought people thought Asuna was the worst overall, but I guess not. But I just figured that was pretty interesting to see. So that's, of course, all of the results that I have here. And I'm curious to see if any of these trends you thought were unexpected, or who did you think was going to get first, and was that different from what reality was, at least in these polls? And are you okay with the support you got for your favorite girl, or do you feel like there should have been something more? These, of course, are just averages of people, and if you loved your girl, that's great. Don't let this poll change that for you. I just was curious to see what people enjoyed the most out of these girls, and I figured this would just be something fun. And yes, I still plan on doing this for Superstar Season 2, which is not that far off, so definitely look forward to that. And of course, here are the demographics of the voters, just for explicitly the 13th episode, and here are the people who participated again in just this episode's poll. So thank you so much to all the people who participate, and of course thank you so much to people who participate in all the polls. And of course, thank you to YouTube members like CoolMax for supporting this channel. Thank you so much. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought about this season. Here are some of people's thoughts as they post them in my poll, so you can read them here. But what did you guys think about season 2? Did you like it more than season 1? How did you think about this anime in comparison to the other animes that we have watched? What did you like? What did you not like? And for me personally, Nijigaku did a lot of things that I thought were really cool. Of course, this was the first anime to explore the expansion of a group beyond the original 9. Leela will do that though, but this is the first group to do it. And seeing a lot of these girls that were just from School Festival being animated was really cool. These girls that I saw way back in the day on School Festival when I was playing a game, they were animated, and I thought it was really cool. And even see some girls from All Stars, seeing them animate, like Shihiriko's older sister Kaoruko, seeing her animated was really cool. And there was a lot of great songs in here, and the fact that sub-units are legitimately a thing in the anime world was really cool to see. Of course, we didn't get a competition with Love Live. This thing is called Love Live Nijigaku. Love Live was a thing that they didn't do, that they mentioned, but I don't think that was necessary per se. But the door is still open for more potential content, especially like a movie. But I gotta say, I really did appreciate what this did, and a lot of these girls felt like a little more fleshed out than other anime, because we got a whole focus on them, and they got so many solo songs. Was just really great to see, and there was just a lot of special moments for each girl, and that's something I will kind of miss seeing going forward, that we probably won't get any more of that. Or maybe I'm wrong. I hope that I am wrong, but there was a lot of good stuff that came out of it, and I guess I'll kind of miss seeing all that stuff come out. But yeah, this was definitely really great to see. Interesting that the direction that they took, as opposed to the All-Star story, which was probably for the best. Let's be honest. That was a little more spicy than I think some people would like. But it was definitely interesting to see, and I was glad to finally able to see Shihiriko, Nanju, and Mia become a thing. And who knows if that will be it, or if there'll be more in the future or whatnot. But I'll definitely look forward to that, and I'll definitely miss Nijigaku anime. But at least we got Superstar coming up, so I'll definitely look forward to that. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching, and hope to catch you guys in another video soon.